behind that hook defender. Patrick sees it, attacks the zone perfectly. Now that's one clip versus zone if Philadelphia's going to play it. Now, let's see if Philadelphia decides to play a little bit more man like they have in the playoffs. Man coverage, single high safety versus the Chargers. Travis Kelce, outside of that bunch concept right there, you got man there.
Next, not only a big day for JL, but his team owner Roger Penske made a little history himself. We'll tell you about it coming up next on The Hub.
They've wanted to do everything they could to surround Durant. They felt like they had a team with Durant coming back either prior to or just after the All-Star break from that MCL sprain, and Irving playing at a really high level, and whatever other moves they could make at the deadline. I think Brooklyn felt they were in position to really make a run in the East. All of that changed today when Kyrie Irving, who wanted a contract extension, did not get the kind of offer he wanted from Brooklyn, asked out.
New in
on number 2 out of the bunker. And he will not need his putter. Higgs at 6 under through 36 holes.
Number 3, La Liga. It is Oyan Sanset with a little touch and a beautiful strike for the goal. Watch it curl in. Absolute dime. Yep, nothing a goalie can do about that. Athletic Club wins.
Number 2, Magic and Timberwolves. This is becoming a thing now. Cole Anthony with dunks on top plays. Oh yeah. Caught it with 2 hands and then switched to 1 hand for the finish. Magic win at 127-120.
And your top play of the day, I told you we'd see Suni Lee again. She is that good. Her second perfect score of the night this time came on balance beam, and she was perfect. I don't see a flaw, Stan. She has 2 10s. That gave her 8 for her career, a record for Auburn. Unbelievable, an absolute star.
Sports Center's Top 10 is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
At Buffalo Wild Wings, the deals don't
Only 3 of 15 from the field for him with 3 turnovers. For North Carolina to win this game today, he's going to have to get back to playing the way he did before, which is very steady, getting everyone involved on the offensive end, being terrific in ball screen situations. You go under, he's been knocking it down. You chase him, he's got a pull-up game and all kind of finishes around the rim. He's a huge key in that game today.
So this rivalry the same but different for the first time in 60 years. Dean Smith and or Mike Krzyzewski will not be patrolling one of those 2 sidelines. Tip-off tonight, 6:30 Eastern. That is LaFonso Ellis with us this morning on SportsCenter. Zoe, thanks so much.
All right, still ahead. This sorcery from the Magic's Cole Anthony made top plays, but it didn't get the top spot. Huh? What? What was better than that? Find out when we come back.
Make more good in the Kia Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
The crowd is deadly silent. Young Cinderella story happening right in front of our eyes. Former quarterback about to become tournament champion.
This February, Michelob Ultra is taking over the big game. Order Ultra now.
Think Mom's mad about her favorite shoes? Nope, because Bank of America lets her switch her choice cashback category to online shopping, so she earns more on a replacement pair.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
You gaming after work, it's the only time you can. Savory steak and bacon, grilled cheese sounds like a great plan. Wow, kids online are really mean. Sonic steak and bacon, grilled cheese.
Sonic. When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe. Just one dose starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. For max strength nighttime relief, NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, best sleep with a cold medicine.
We always believed the welcoming spirit was a small town thing. Turns out we were wrong. Wherever Jim Beam is welcome, you'll be welcome too.
This is live from PS5.
Historic scenes unfolding in San Francisco.
Eloy is the first of her tribe to have laid eyes on this scene in over 2,000 years.
This was live from PS5.
PlayStation.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With hundreds of EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet.
Introducing Astapro Allergy, steroid-free allergy relief that starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. Now with Astapro Fast Allergy Relief, you can Astapro and go.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I lost 67 pounds in 12 months on Golo. Golo and the release has been phenomenal in my life. It's all natural. It's not something that gives you the jitters. It makes you go through your days with energy and you're not tired anymore and your anxiety, everything is gone. It's definitely worth trying. It is an amazing product.
True story. It may be a new era in college basketball's greatest rivalry. There is nothing better than Duke and Carolina. But it's as crazy as ever. You just have to sit back and enjoy the North Carolina Duke tonight at 6:30 on ESPN.
It's what we look forward to that might inspire us the most.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. Smile Direct Club.
Smile Direct Club is a great way to straighten your teeth at home. They help you get the results that you want. My own son is actually a Smile Direct Club patient. I would highly recommend it.
Start your doctor-directed care at SmileDirectClub.com.
Nice. What? With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
It takes about 200 steps to make a pair of Tecovas boots. But it only takes about 10 steps to fall in love with a pair. At Tecovas, we've got a style for every style and comfort for every occasion. Find your pair at Tecovas.com.
What's it like to score a goal in the National Hockey League?
Every time is a great feeling. If I hit the goalie, he's lucky. If I hit the empty spot, it's in.
Alexander Ovechkin.
Hi, I'm Alex Ovechkin. Alexander Ovechkin.
For only the third time in history, a player has reached 8
100 goals. What once seemed impossible now seems entirely probable.
If you would ask me that 15 years ago, I would have thought, no chance. But he's going to make a run at it.
Alexander Ovechkin, welcome on board.
Every year, it doesn't matter. It's 50 goals. He finds a way.
Well, he will be remembered, I think, as the greatest goal scorer of all time.
Does this kid ever love to score goals?
Number 802, Wayne Gretzky, the great one, has become the greatest of them all.
Sometimes you look at the milestones, but I'm not done yet.
Only one great left to hunt down, and that's the great one.
If you do something, you have to be the best all the time. So if you don't want to be the best, just stop doing it.
That was pretty sick. I'm going to need several moments to process that. Weird I wasn't consulted for it. Weird they didn't say, hey, you want to sit down? I probably don't have enough tape, right? Emotional testimony, maybe like a couple hours.
I'll give you my 10 seconds of this two-shot.
Right now?
Matter of fact, do you need just a moment?
Yeah, just best athlete DC history. That's probably saying a lot, right? Just growing up.
Michael Jordan played for the Wizards
for like 2 years. All right, 2 p.m. You can see that. You can see that piece. Greatness, 2 p.m. Eastern on ABC leading into the NHL All-Star Game today.
Probably going to get some top plays out of the All-Star Game festivities from today. Listen, Jordan still counts as a DC athlete because he did play in DC.
He wasn't drafted by the... All right, fine.
College basketball, no, I'm just kidding. I'll defer. Matt Nolan with the emphatic slam for Yale against Harvard. The basketball iteration of the game. All Yale breaks loose. They win 68-57. The Fighting Mina Kimes. It's a basketball school.
Dion played in DC. He's not a DC legend. All right, Ish Wainwright driving, and Robert Williams says, sell that Ish someplace else. Time Lord swatting it. How many rows? 7, 8 rows deep? Celtics would lose, though.
All right, we're on the ice. Women's college ice hockey. Ohio State, Minnesota. Gophers on the power play. Abby Murphy! Deacon the defender.
Oh, wow.
All three of them. Gophers, 4-2 winners. Something about a couch.
Something about a couch. Can't finish that. Number 7, Raptors, Rockets, Alperon Şengün, lobbing it to Kenyon Martin Jr. He gets up for the get down. Rockets would lose, though. They're fun to watch, but Rockets lose.
Yeah, college gymnastics, Auburn versus Alabama. This was A-block material, but it's also in the top plays because there was some A-block material. Suni Lee, another perfect 10 on the uneven bars. We got more.
It was Dumb and Dumber that said old people, although slow and dangerous behind the wheel, can still serve a purpose. Harrison Barnes, old head, young legs, got bounced like a dryer sheet. Kings would lose, though, in Indy.
29 years young. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how it is. AT&T, Pebble Beach Pro-Am, Harry Higgs. Out of the bunker, chipping, sinking for Eagle. What does an Eagle sound like?
Good.
Caw.
I don't know what country, but La Liga. Athletic Club against Cadiz. Oyan Sunset. A touch. A beautiful strike.
Oh.
Look at
a beautiful sunset.
Look at Athletic Club wins 4-1.
Time to go night-night. Magic, T-Wolves off the turnover. Jalen Suggs. Listen, a lot of hate against the whole industry right now, but Cole Anthony is putting a good name to it.
That's not
soaring. Magic, 127, 120. It's the same thing, isn't it?
It's not renewable. And then back to Suni Lee, because she's that good. She gave us 2 perfect 10s the same night. This one on the balance beam. 8 perfect 10s for her career. A record in Auburn's women's gymnastics history. They lose to Alabama, though, despite Lee's efforts.
This is Sports Center AM.
Ahead on this live Sports Center, hotter heads prevail as Fight Night breaks out again in the NBA. The must-see moment that had 5 players exiting early, plus Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, and Jimmy Garoppolo could all be taking a hike. We're going to clear the air on all 3 headline quarterbacks just ahead. And we look back on one of the most iconic plays in Super Bowl history as the Philly Special turns 5 years old. Sports Center AM starts now.
Oh, my goodness. 10 out of 10.
He tried to run up on me or whatever, but ain't nobody worried about him, man. I'm going to keep it 100 with you.
Consider my timbers shiver. Well, you won't be shivering in a waffle knit sweater, properly caffeinated, and in from the cold on the Sports Center AM. Gary Streisky, Randy Scott alongside. It's Saturday morning. Back-to-back fight nights in the NBA. Thursday night gave us Dylan Brooks. Last night we had a different habitual line stepper.
You just heard from him, balling like a pro, fighting like one too. Let's get straight to it. We got the Magic. We got the Timberwolves. They were supposed to play a basketball game, but a fight broke out. Anthony Edwards has been hooping. This man just said he eats 3 bags of hot Cheetos a day recently on a GQ interview. All right, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Austin Rivers shoots the triple, misses, but he did not miss the eye contact on the bench to maybe Mo Bamba here, and then Markelle Fultz, too stunned to even speak it. What just transpired? All right, we got a turnover here on the other end of the court. That's not where the action is. The action is with Austin Rivers and Mo Bamba going at it. And this isn't one of those hold me back, bro fights. We had swings and punches thrown. Austin Rivers was escorted off the court. Bamba goes to the locker room on his own accord. And take a look at what happens here. Rivers running down the sideline, and it just goes straight to Bamba. Punches fly, and they wouldn't be the only ones involved. Look at that. Austin Rivers with the right hook. Here comes Jalen Suggs out of nowhere to get Rivers down on the ground. We eventually had 5 players ejected from this game, and Bamba, Suggs, Rivers, Taurean Prince, and Jaden McDaniels. All right, this is a 97-second highlight. We're going to show you a basketball play, and it's right here, 9 minutes to go. Magic up 20. Cole Anthony to Bol. Anthony had 20. Bol had 14. Magic win. Here's Austin Rivers. What happened?
He tried to, I don't know, man. He tried to run up on me or whatever, but ain't nobody worried about him, man. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. He let like a 5'8" guy push him off and take him back to the locker room. I'm not some guy that you about to just sit here and talk crazy. He was talking crazy for 4 plays, 3 plays, just saying stuff. I'm just like, yo, what are you doing? So I went up to him and I pressed him, and he got up. And at that point, that could go one or two ways. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't think we were going to get in a fight. But when you stand up that fast and put your hands up, you know what I mean? He threw a punch and missed, you know what I mean? Thankfully, at that point, I got to protect myself. So ain't nothing happened, bro. Nobody worry about it.
Had it been building before that 3? Had there been anything going on?
I don't know him. I don't know anything about that dude. I know a song was made about him a long time ago. That's about it.
Nice song. Rivers 30, Bamba 24. The song he's talking about, In His Namesake. It was a single released by Sheck West in June 2017. It was, of course, the college party anthem from that point on. Official music video has nearly 400... It's amazing. It's 400 million views on YouTube. And that's great. Sheck West and Mo Bamba, of course, grew up together in Harlem, New York. That song also, too, is a hitter.
Glad something is. All right, Suns, Celtics, let's get to Boston, where you see the last 2 games for these respective teams. Phoenix lost by 32 last game out. Celtics won by 43. So naturally, Boston's going to roll. Chris Paul, old head, still got a strong J. Suns up 14, then CP3 over the Time Lords. Robert Williams, Suns up 18. Paul went for 15 points, had 8 dimes, 6 rebounds. Suns up 18 at the break. A flat start for Boston. Jason Tatum missed his first 6 shots, had his worst shooting percentage since November of 21. Look at the relief when he knocks that down. Tatum making the 3. He'd still get to 20 points, but his streak of 8 straight games of 25 points is snapped. Jaylen Brown still has his streak, though. He went for 27, fourth straight game with 25 or more, and the Celtics are chipping away. They're down just 3. And Mikal Bridges, the lob for DeAndre Ayton. Suns up 4 after Ayton would miss the free throw. He went for 14 and 10, 150th career double-double. Then it was the bench mob, a Tribe Called Bench for the Suns as Saban Lee gets to the rim. Phoenix bench outscoring Boston's 36-19. That was significant. Bridges would go for 25. 2 of them there. How'd that go? More like Chris Bridges. That was ludicrous. Get out the way. Dario Saric, 3 of his 14. Suns win 106-94. They won 3 of 4 and 7 of their last 9. Boston, meanwhile, moving in the wrong direction. I mean, they've lost their 4th game in the last 6 games, cuts their lead atop the conference to just a game and a half over the Bucks. Sixers, they won on Friday night. That brings them to within 2 games of Boston for the top spot in the East, while the Nets are 5 games back. And you know what? Speaking of those Nets.
Yeah, I mean, playing relatively good basketball without Kevin Durant, however, yet still in the very on-again, off-again relationship that has been Kyrie Irving with those Nets, the latter is here again, less than a week before the trade deadline. Kyrie Irving, once out of Brooklyn after talks between his side and the team about a long-term extension bearing no fruit. In his 4th and final year under contract in Brooklyn, Irving wants a max deal, but as Adrian Wojnarowski explains, the Nets were hesitant to give him one for a few different reasons. Again.
They were in a similar position last summer where Brooklyn just had a reluctance to making that kind of commitment and length of contract with Irving. I think what Brooklyn wanted to do was continue to see him perform this season, be available, be reliable, be controversy-free, and revisit this after the season. And so he asked for the trade now, and rival teams are waiting to see, is this merely a contract negotiation tactic? Is Brooklyn going to engage with teams immediately? I think the Lakers are going to have interest, do have interest, I'm told. The Dallas Mavericks, but at what price for Kyrie Irving and their willingness to do a long-term deal with him after the season? And certainly it is going to be really, really hard, really impossible for the Nets to make any trade for Kyrie Irving that makes them better in the short term.
All right, never been on a Western Conference team, so could a reunion with LeBron be in the cards? Well, LeBron, no stranger to diving headfirst into the mud on Twitter with the side eyes emoji with the crown. Uh-oh, are we running this thing back? Let the speculation begin.
All right, what about the Iron Bowl? A reiteration of, wait a minute, what? That's not an I, and that's not an O. Those are 10s. Okay, hold on. Suni Lee, 6th-ranked Auburn, visiting number 11 Alabama, and the power of the pink meat. Raise awareness for breast cancer, and there's Suni Lee on the uneven bars, and she would finish with a perfect routine. Suni Lee, a 10, and not for only one of the night. As a matter of fact, not the only one of the night. Bama can roll out a 10 as well. That's Luisa Blanco. She had one back in 2021 at the Tuscaloosa Regional, and that was on the uneven parallel bars. This here is on the beam, and you can see the round off 1.5, sticking the landing, second perfect 10 of her career. Back to Lee, though, who said it means a lot to do this, especially at Alabama, said she felt like she hasn't been at her best lately. Okay. She said, so to do 2 10s is a great feeling. She's on the beam. She's on the board with a 10. She would win the individual all-around with Suni Lee, but Bama would go on to win the meet, and it's because, in no small part, of what Luisa Blanco did. She's on the floor routine, needs a 9.850 or better to win. She was nearly flawless. She almost got a second 10. She went 9.975. Auburn still has never won in Tuscaloosa. And then elsewhere in the SEC, number 18, Arkansas, hosting second-ranked Florida. Gator Leanne Wong continues her stellar season. There she is on the uneven bars, gets her first perfect 10 of the night. Then on the beam, gets her second 10 of the night. It's the second meet in 2023 where she has turned in 10s for both bars and beam. Florida goes on to win that meet. The women of NCAA gymnastics were bringing out their A game respectively across the nation on Friday. In total, 7 gymnasts across 6 different programs combined for 9 perfect 10. 9 perfect 10s overall on Friday's meets alone.
Still ahead on SportsCenter, it's not ludicrous why Atlanta could make sense for one of these 3 quarterbacks this offseason. Plus, you can call him the center of attention. Don't miss the latest performance from JoJo as he continues his ridiculous run down in San Antonio this time.
At Domino's, we're tipping you $3 for ordering carryout online because we appreciate those heroes who rise. And go get it. Be right back. Someone who always picks up the pizza, no matter what stands in their way.
It's a pull, sweetie.
Of course. And you're that.
We see you, carryout heroes. And to say thank you, we're tipping you $3 to use on next week's order at Domino's.
There are 5 days of the week. Friday, 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 and everyone's favorite, Friday. Sizzle, pork, and
This is the Lexus variety of electrification, inspired by, created for, and powered by you.
You in my lane, you in my way. You cross that line, it ain't your day. I need my step, get out my way. Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way.
Let's go. Get out of the house. Come on, lady. And don't miss the must-see comedy critics are calling hilarious. Thank you. With an amazing cast.
I know her. Has anyone seen Guy Ferrari? He looks like a flaming hot Cheeto.
Katie for Brady. Rated PG-13.
Your granddaughter's going to love that. Third generation sailor.
Sailor?
Designed completely with the sports fan in
Two great brands in sports betting, DraftKings and VSiN, the sports betting network. For more on this game-changing alliance, let's hear from the sports betting expert.